Welcome to Daily English Vibes.
Your daily podcast to improve your English in a natural and simple way.
I'm Jake,
And I'm Emma.
and today we're talking about something very important in everyday life.
Money.
Yes, money conversations in English.
Because no matter where you live, you will always talk about money.
That's true. Paying bills, buying things, saving money, or even being broke.
Let's start with a simple question.
Have you ever checked your bank account and felt stressed?
Or opened your wallet and found nothing inside?
That feeling is very common.
And today, we will help you talk about these situations in English.
In a simple and natural way.
So let's begin.
Let's start with a very common word.
Broke.
If you say, I'm broke, it means you have no money.
It's a very common expression in daily conversation.
For example, I want to go out tonight, but I'm broke.
Or, I can't buy that right now, I'm broke.
It's simple and very useful.
Now, let's move to another important word.
Debt.
Debt means money you owe to someone.
You can owe money to a bank, a friend, or a company.
For example, I have a lot of debt.
Or, I'm trying to pay off my debt.
This is something many people experience.
Yes, especially with credit cards.
Let's imagine a situation.
Okay,
You lose your job.
that's already a bad situation.
You still have bills to pay.
That makes it worse.
And on top of all that, your car breaks down.
That is a terrible day.
So what would you say in this situation?
I would say, this situation hit me pretty hard.
That's a great phrase.
Hit me pretty hard means something affected you strongly.
It can be emotional or financial.
For example, losing a job can hit you pretty hard.
Or unexpected expenses can hit you pretty hard.
Now let's talk about a real-life situation.
Going to the bank.
Imagine you need money.
So you go to a bank and talk to a banker.
You might say, I'd like to apply for a loan,
A loan is money that you borrow and must pay back later.
usually with extra money called interest.
Yes, that's how banks make money.
But getting a loan is not always easy.
The bank will check your credit history.
Credit history shows how you have used money in the past.
If you pay your bills on time, your credit history is good.
If you don't, your credit history is bad.
And that affects your chances of getting a loan,
In some countries, credit history is very important.
especially in the United States.
Without good credit, it is difficult to borrow money.
Let's talk about another important word.
Mortgage.
A mortgage is a loan used to buy a house,
It is usually a very large loan,
and it takes many years to pay back.
sometimes 20 or 30 years.
People pay a small amount every month.
This is called a monthly payment.
If you don't pay your mortgage, you can lose your house.
So it is a very serious responsibility. Now, let's improve your natural English.
Let's learn some useful phrases.
Instead of saying, can I help you, you can say, what can I do for you?
This sounds more natural and polite.
You will hear it in stores, banks, and offices.
Another useful phrase is, I'm sorry to trouble you.
You can use this when asking for help.
For example, I'm sorry to trouble you, but can you help me?
It sounds polite and respectful.
Now, let's practice another useful phrase.
On top of all that,
This means in addition or also.
for example, I lost my job.
My phone stopped working.
And on top of all that, I'm broke.
This phrase helps you add more information.
It makes your sentences more natural.
Now let's talk about daily money situations.
For example, shopping.
You might say, this is too expensive.
Or, I can't afford it.
Afford means you have enough money to buy something.
If you don't have enough money, you can't afford it.
Another example is paying bills.
You can say, I need to pay my bills.
Or, I forgot to pay my electricity bill.
These are very common conversations. Now, let's talk about saving money.
Saving money is very important.
You can say, I'm trying to save money.
Or, I need to stop spending so much.
Spending means using money to buy things.
Some people are good at saving.
And some people spend too much.
That's true.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is being in debt always bad?
Not always.
Really?
If you manage it well, it can help you.
For example, building credit.
Yes, it can help you buy a house or a car.
But if you don't manage it well, it becomes a problem.
A big problem.
So it is important to be careful with money.
And make smart decisions.
So today we talked about many things.
We learned useful words.
like broke and debt,
We learned phrases.
like hit me pretty hard and on top of all that,
And we talked about real-life situations.
like banks, loans, and saving money.
These are conversations you will use in daily life.
And practicing them will improve your English.
English is not just about grammar.
It's about communication
It's about speaking naturally.
and understanding real situations. Thanks for listening to Daily English Vibes,
Keep practicing every day.
and keep improving your English.
We will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.